Hi everyone, I welcome you all to our tech podcast series. And today I am Chavi, your podcaster of the day, yet again back with our amazing tech podcast. Now today we have a very special guest with us. We have Nikita with us, who is the co-founder at NittyGritti. And now you might be thinking that, okay, are we talking about a woman entrepreneur? Yes, you are absolutely right. We would be talking about a lot of stuff, and let's understand that how e-commerce and technology can be combined, and let's see how future can be so amazing with that. So with that note, I would be very happy to welcome Nikita to our podcast series. With that, how are you, Nikita, and how has been things to you?
Very good. Thanks, Shavi, for taking the time to do this. Really appreciate it and excited to spend the next 30 minutes with you.
Amazing, great. So before starting, we'd love to know your journey, and also previously, like you were doing a 9 to 5 job, and then what happened, why you switched to a startup and entrepreneurship journey. Would love to know your views and your journey at the same time.
Well, NittyGritti is a COVID baby. I don't know if you know about it. So it's one of those bunches of brands which actually were born during COVID times. For us, it actually started with this absolute need at COVID that customers were forced to actually shop online. People who were not shopping online were also shopping online, and therefore it became important that that the ease in which customers understood about how to shop, especially when you land on the detailed page, is it equipped with everything the customer is looking for, became something that got us chatting. And we said, okay, let's see if we can have a solve for it. Can we make it better? Can we make it easier? Can customers find what they're looking for and make that purchase decision easily? A lot of times you will come across pages which don't give you the right information, or you may think it's a white trouser and what you get is a beige trouser. So images play a lot of importance. The way a title is constructed plays a lot of importance. And lots of catalogs out there did have very glaring misses. And it's about highlighting those misses, fixing those misses. And we realized there wasn't really anybody auditing these catalogs. If audits were done manually, people were actually sitting and looking at it, it would miss a human eye. You would do it for 10, you would do it for 20, but how would you do it if you had 100 or you had 200 or you had 1,000? You would tend to just pick your best sellers and only audit those. So Nitty-Gritty's journey has been about that, finding a tech solution that can actually help brands fix, optimize their catalog so that it helps better conversion. It's got great customer experience, it reduces your returns, and you get better star ratings, and you get good customer talking to you and coming back for you. That's the idea. Very simply put. Yeah.
That was really great and insightful at the same time. Now, moving with these things, and as you mentioned that like it's a COVID baby, so would love to know that how technology is helping you in that, and any specific technology that you have been loving from the past years.
So we realized that this product had to be a tech solve because e-commerce itself is built on technology, and if you didn't have a tech solve, then you would be back to doing it the conventional way. And e-com, if you're not about speed and scale, then you've kind of missed the bus. So which is what we did. We built this AI assisted tool, platform, which actually helps quickly optimize your catalog, analyze it over 185 parameters, and tell you where the gaps are in your catalog, and also recommend how you can plug these gaps. And very uniquely, we came up with something called a catalog score, because there isn't a score for a catalog. So we've come up with a catalog score called CCAS, which is a catalog quality assessment score, which actually tells you where is your catalog sitting, and where, if it's sitting in a poor score, how you can actually move up that score. So when customers land on that page, they have a great experience. And when the content is right and you're giving customers all the information, they're actually taking that informed decision to buy your product. And that's what CCAS does. It tells you it's actually the new metric I think that e-commerce brands should track.
That was true. Yeah. And as we are talking about the technology, so in that case, how technology has been transforming in these past year, anything that you have observed, and any predictions that you have for you for the future, will it be really great for us, or like right now people have so many thought process when it comes to artificial intelligence and all. So is it scary, or is it very like
No,
a good
I
thing?
think it's super exciting times, especially in the AI space. And I think the hottest topic today is Chat GPT, and I'm a
A
huge
lot.
fan of that and of that technology. I think it's going to be way ahead of its time. I think we're going to have trouble catching up with it. The way I see it, it's great what it's doing. It's culling together content and giving it to you in a manner that you want to consume it. So it's a different way of searching, if you ask me. Today. So I'm excited by what that trend is going to be, and I can't wait to see what is going to be next in that space.
Exactly, that's pretty much true. Yeah, the artificial intelligence, and especially like chat GPT is something which is booming, and it's actually a very helpful tool, I would say. Yeah, that's true.
It's
And
just one tool. It's replaced Instagram for
yeah,
me. It's
true,
I
true.
love to Yeah, it's totally replaced it for me. I'm constantly getting poems written out for my little dog, or some silly things like that. But great content coming out.
Exactly, yeah. It's very useful for us, for businesses, and for actually everyone. They just need to write, and it comes up so easily. Yeah, that's true. And moving with that, talking about you. So there, when it comes to women, there are various challenges which comes when you are saying that I am now changing my whole life from just being a 9 to 5 employee to being a co-founder or like an entrepreneur who would be spending her 24 hours to a thing. And obviously, as you mentioned in the starting only, your see for you, that I understood that Nitty Gritty is not just a company or startup, it's your baby thing, right? So would
Right.
love to know the challenges that you have faced. How was it easy for you to get started? If yes, then how?
It wasn't easy. Of course, it's easier to do a corporate job. I think you can at some point that you can shut your laptop. With doing something on your own, I think you're never able to shut your laptop. You're constantly checking mails. You're constantly replying. Even if you get up at 3 in the morning, you can't help but check, which is really bad if you ask me. It's. But I think at the early stage, you have to do all that. And it's not like you're forcing yourself to do it comes quite naturally. It keeps you going, and if something great comes up, and you're quite happy to check mail at 3 o'clock and reply to it also sometimes. Yeah, so hasn't been it wasn't difficult to transition, but very quickly I was able to move into it, and it somehow keeps inspiring you, and it's a great reason to wake up every day and say, listen, let's tackle this problem, or something. There's something exciting happening at work today. We've managed to get some really good people into the team, and that kind of has made things a lot better and more streamlined. Let's see how we scale up and go.
Exactly. True. And moving with that, the technology, the things comes, but how technology in e-commerce is booming, because I have seen that e-commerce has been now like trending every day. We come across with so many amazing platforms. So how e-commerce and technology has taking things to a next level.
I think that's a space that will continue to evolve, and I think AI will play a big role on it. The way it's going to recommend to you basis learnings, basis AI, the kind of pages you're going to have. There's going to be a lot of customization that you're going to see. Um, Lots of each one will get a different page. The page that you see will be very different from the page I see. I think even today, if you go on Amazon, the page you see and the page I see is very different. I think that's going to get even better, even more refined, even more curated is the word, So, yeah, exciting times ahead for both the customers and brands and marketeers, I think.
Exactly, true. Yeah, technology has been evolving in a very great manner every day, and we know that it's surely gonna boom. Now, I would be very happy to talk about your expertise in a broader perspective. When ever someone would try to know about you, it's all about that how amazing you are in e-commerce, in the creative fields. Okay, so like any advice or anything you want to share with the viewers about your expertise?
Yeah, so anything that is customer focused and customer facing would be my strength. I think also in terms of the kind of content we put out, I'm very, very clear as to what kind of messages and what kind of tone and I want Nitty-Gritty to have. The kind of people we hire, the kind of how we keep them motivated is also very, very important to us. We want to build a culture where people are happy to come to work and they treat this like their own. We've had people who've been with us from the day we started, and happy to say some of them are still with us while we were bootstrapped to this journey as well. So yeah, these are areas that I would definitely want to focus on. Um, also how people are at work, how you treat them at work, women at work, all these are really important for us, and that's something we hold very close.
You talk about that woman at work or and also the general people, so how you maintain that decorum? And because many a times what happens that one thing which is happening in the companies is moonlighting, we all know. Okay, second
Mm.
thing which happens that okay, like after some time they start losing interest in their work, they are not that much motivated, and there are a lot of things. So how you try to keep up the whole way?
Very strangely hired, very funnily as well. We've hired people who were on breaks for a long time, people who've never worked. We've also hired women like that when we started out. And it was just because they were hungry to work and never been given an opportunity. We hired them, and they turned out to be really good decisions for us. In terms of other women, we've had women who've had difficulty going back to work after a long break, not getting work. We've hired some of them as well, and not one of those decisions have gone wrong for us. So, and they all are so good at their work, so committed. I'm not worried about them moonlighting because I know they won't,
Okay.
and about keeping them motivated, we're constantly asking them what they want to do. And you want your job profile may be this, but if you want to understand some other space, we're so happy to let them go and even learn something else from somebody else in the team. So it's not structured. Maybe it's because we are small, but people are jumping from one team to the other only because they want to understand another area of business. We welcome all of that.
That's actually nice, and I really love the way you are managing. And I've never heard this before that hiring people who have been on break would be productive. So, how this came to your mind? I'm very eager to know that. Was it just like try run thing, or there was?
So I will be truthful. I didn't go looking for such women, but if women who came to us and they just showed us great, the attitude was right, we'd hired them. That's it. It was just the attitude towards work. About everything in life. That's something I can't train people for. Everything else we can train people.
Exactly. Like I have heard this various times from all the entrepreneurs that yes, they hire people by their attitude, not always by their skills.
Absolutely, skills can be learned.
Exactly. Attitude is something that you are like keen to know, and you are very much like, okay, I just want good attitude. This is what everyone's perspective is while hiring. And was team building a difficult task in the initial as you started everything in COVID times?
Not during COVID. Actually, the 2 years in COVID, the entire team hadn't met each other at all. We were all in different cities, but now we are now in Bangalore. So 80% of us are in office, and it's so nice to be in office, and and all of them appreciate it. While they figure that yes, it's I have to come to work, and they've got used to sitting at work and at home and working, but a lot of them who had resistance actually came back in 1 week and said, I'm so happy to be back at work. So it was good overall. Yeah.
Exactly, true. Okay, with that note, thank you so much, Nikita, for joining in. But before concluding this podcast, I would be very happy to like give viewers any of the three learnings that you have received in your past over these years that would be very much useful for them in their career.
um, I think be kind to people is
Mm-hmm.
my biggest one. Um, do something you love, okay? And wake up every day with a smile.
These are very nice and something that everyone should know.
Yeah.
I can feel those the three things. These are something that we always forget, but these are the three keywords to success.
I'm not sure. There are a lot of other things. I'm giving you just my version of them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what, because if you are not happy, how you would be able to do anything nicely.
Right, right.
So the perspective is something that I love. Cool. Great. So thank you so much, Nikita, for joining us today. It was really great having you. And also, I have like shared all the Nikita's socials in the description below. You can have a look into it. Do connect with her, and she is such an amazing entrepreneur. So with that note, we would surely be coming up with such amazing things super soon in future. Thank you so much, Nikita.
Thanks, Shavi. Pleasure. Pleasure was all mine. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay tuned with our such amazing podcast. We would be coming up with some amazing things super soon. Till that note, thank you. Bye bye.